Years ago, I committed to investing into VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, because I wanted my portfolio to have stability. This is in my taxable brokerage account. I didn't want to just have individual stocks, meme stocks, crypto. I wanted to make sure I had a solid ETF and lots of blue chip stock. And now that's all there is when it comes to my brokerage account. Quality investments that are on track for growth. So today I'm going to share two positions that I built up into VTI, one of which I did $10 at a time. The two positions together now total over $22,000, and over $8,300 of that is pure gains. So we'll take a look at the exact numbers in both of those positions and use the investment calculator to see what they can continue to grow with, even with me not adding another dollar. I know I'm on track for continued growth over the next 5, 10, 20 years because that's the type of funds that I've incorporated. And now that I've locked this in for myself, I'm working on more aggressive investments when it comes to some individual stocks as well as other ETFs like SMH and VGT. Okay, so now let's take a look at the two positions that I'm holding. And they total $22,545 currently. Let's start with my position that I'm holding over at Public. This one was built strictly $10 at a time from late 2022 through the beginning of 2026, over a 3 years time span, $10 daily, $50 a week. I made up for holidays. That's how I went about building this position. So I've invested $8,968. The current value of the portfolio is $13,592. I have a total gain of 51.55%. The portfolio has grown by $4,623. And I'm currently holding 35.7 shares with an average price of $250.95. This got started by me joining a 10-week challenge, committing to investing $10 daily during that time span over at KGU, but I kept it going. And this is a position that I love to share because I don't want people to think that budget has to hold you back. It's okay to invest 5 or $10 at a time. Just be consistent. It can turn into something substantial. So I invested $10 every day, no emotion, no timing, no days off, whether the market was hitting highs or dropping. I was investing. And when it comes to VTI, I do receive a quarterly dividend. Here's a look at my last dividend payment. When it comes to this position, I last received $37.20, which allowed me to gain another zero point 0.1 shares added to my portfolio. I have the drip on. This is automatically reinvested to continue building into my position. This fund, VTI, currently has a share price of about $381. It's been around since 2001 and currently has holdings of 3,498, many different companies within this fund. So those dividends are going to fluctuate based on the payout of those companies that are within this fund. But taking a look over the last few quarters, it's been between 91 cents and about $1.04. Now on to my other holdings when it comes to VTI. And this one, I was being more flexible with, not investing on a daily or weekly basis, just $10, $20, $50 here and there. Here's a look at a few of my investments that I made back in 2022 when the share price was below $200. Now, as of today, that position is currently at 23.5 shares. Little by little, I invested $5,204. This position is up 72% for a gain of $3,749, giving me a market value of $8,953. And over here, my average price is $221.10. And my last dividend payment was $24.50. Also, just like the other position, reinvested right back into this same fund. So this is what dollar cost averaging, if you consistently build and then hold. So why did I choose VTI to be one of those foundational investments when it comes to my portfolio? I was drawn to it because it's the entire US stock market. It's resilient. It holds thousands of companies, every sector, every size, a fund that has proven itself that it will recover after those tough times. Over the last 10 years, it's up about 300%. And over the last 5 years, 77%. It's a fund that's pretty much going to be recession proof. It holds large cap, mid cap, and small caps, even some micro cap companies. So some of those companies can outperform during those recovery cycles. And it's going to incorporate some of those smaller companies on track for growth faster before they make it to the S&P 500. That early exposure sometimes gives the fund an extra boost. So, love the diversification, the steady growth, that quarterly dividend, and the history behind this fund. Now, I want to go to the investment calculator to show you what my investment could look like 5, 10, 20 years down the road. The average rate of return of VTI over the last 5 years is 12.14%. And over the last 10 years, it's 14.9%. But I'm going to keep it conservative and we're just going to use 10% when we use that investment calculator because those averages are reflecting a strong bull market, a lot of major tech expansion, as well as the post pandemic recovery of the stock market. We could be on track years with strong performance as we move towards 2030. But for today, we're just going to stick with that 10% annual return. So we're going to use 22,545 based on my two positions added together. This one's sitting at 13.6 and this one with the market value close to 9,000. So just by letting compounding do its work, after 5 years, additional contributions from me, this position, which is at 22,545, is on track to gain $13,763 for an ending balance of 36,000. After 10 years, my interest is sitting at about 36,000 for an ending balance of over 58,000. And after 20 years, my total interest is 129,000 with an ending balance of over 151,000. This is the power of time, not trading, not holding on to my money and trying to catch those perfect prices, just patience and staying invested long term. So, do you take the time to use the investment calculator from time to time to see what you're on track to achieve just by letting compounding do its work? The heavy lifting after you stay consistent and build out a position. For now, I'm letting VTI grow on its own through that share appreciation as well as those dividends while I put the work in to some other areas. For higher growth, as I mentioned, SMH, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, and VGT, the Vanguard Information Tech ETF, which gives broad tech exposure, are two funds that are currently getting my attention with weekly investments. I have no concern taking calculated risk with growth investments when it comes to my taxable brokerage accounts or my retirement accounts because of the work that I put into funds like VTI. I know I have the stability that I want, and I encourage you to do the same. Make sure you have foundation first. So, looking back to the current share price of VTI, it's at about $381. And just for reference, this price target has it with a potential upside of about 19%, an average price target of $453. This is just an average, but knowing what I'm holding, thousands of companies of all sizes, of all sectors, and seeing how this investment has grown since I started investing years ago before it even hit $200. It may take some time to reach that price target, but I know that I'm on track for continued growth. I've been seeing it already over the years that I've been holding. And when times do get rough, it has recovered. So that's what small, consistent investments can turn into. Just determine what amount you can invest, stay consistent with, disciplined, Leave it invested and allow it to build and grow. So make sure to share in the chat what are some of your foundational investments. Let me know what ETF updates you want to see next. Check out these videos for more ways that you can get on track with investing into ETFs. Like, subscribe, comment, hype. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.